Hey everyone, it's Rod here from Stay Strong Live Long with another episode of the Dishwashing Philosopher. So thanks once again for everyone's support for the channel and for your feedback about this fictional character that I've created here. Some people have said that there has been a bit of noise that's getting in the way of listening to what I'm saying, so I'm going to take that feedback on board and try not to talk when I'm doing the dishes at the same time. I think I'm around about day 70 of the carnivore diet at the moment. I think last time I mentioned sweet cravings. I'm happy to report that sweet cravings is no longer an issue. I can cruise down any aisle and I don't have any desire to buy anything sweet. The ice cream I used to want to buy, that's gone. It just seemed like there was a switch that got turned off at some point. And I think a big part of that was just eliminating anything that was sweet tasting, regardless of whether it was artificially sweetened or naturally sweetened with stevia or erythritol or sugar or whatever it was. By getting rid of all of the sweet things, then that just eventually the cravings just went away. And the other thing that goes with that is that I don't tend to overeat. I was still able to overeat, go beyond being like really full, and I guess you call it binge eating. I don't know. Well, it wasn't binge eating, but it was something like that. Eating past the point of actually being satisfied. That's just not an issue anymore. So if you are dealing with sweet cravings and overeating, and you've started carnivore 2 months ago, and you think, why is that still a problem? Maybe it's not going to be a problem for you for much longer. This is my coffee cup. It's massive, isn't it? I love it. It's really good. So I thought I'd talk today about strategies for success, things that I do on a typical day that allow me that just make my life work as far as sticking to the way that I want to eat and getting healthier, right? So firstly, obviously there's the carnivore way of eating. So for me, that's all kinds of meat. Mostly, I'd say on a daily basis, it's going to be some sort of lamb or beef, pork in the form of bacon, perhaps roast as well, or pork belly occasionally. There's going to be some dairy, so that's cheese. I don't do any cream at the moment. Butter, eggs as well. That's it. Meat, butter, eggs, and cheese. And I like all different sorts of cheese. So cheddar cheese, parmesan, mozzarella, whatever I can get my hands on basically, or whatever I feel like. I do some spices, so I do obviously salt, and then I do garlic powder, onion powder. I seem to be able to tolerate those just fine. I do a little bit of electrolytes. My wife bought me some Element ones, so I wolfed that down in one day. That was a couple of weeks ago. I have another one which I bought from iHerb. There's a little scoop in there. I just do half one of those. I forget what brand it is. It's this one here. And now that I've had a look at the ingredients list, I don't think it's actually all that crash hot compared to Element. So I don't know. I probably won't restock on that, but my sons do like it. So that's it food-wise. I don't do any fruit, don't do any vegetables, don't do any sweets, lollies. That's it. Those 4 main food groups, they're the ones that I eat, and that's all I'm planning to eat for the foreseeable future. And there's loads of things that I haven't even tried yet, loads of different cuts of meats that I haven't even had a go at. I go for a walk every day for around about half an hour. I usually do that walk at lunchtime. So that's a daily thing, and every day of the week. Sometimes I might not do that on the weekends because I tend to be with the small children. It's not as easy to get out of the house then. I do weight training, so strength training with heavy weights twice a week, so usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'll link to the videos that I've got for the type of training that I do. I do coffee, so I do 2 or 3 cups of coffee, usually 2. Like today I had 3, but typically it's only 2, and I don't do any coffee after lunch because I don't want that to impact on my sleep. So the typical meals that I might have in a day. So yesterday I had coffee with butter in it early in the morning. So I don't have anything other than coffee with butter in it until around about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Then for my first meal of the day, it's typically going to be bacon and eggs. And then my second meal, which was around about 5:36, I had some leftover lamb chops from the day before. Actually, I had those a little bit earlier because I was a bit peckish around about 4. And then for the main meal, my oldest son Ethan cooked salmon pieces. So we buy the salmon. I'll actually do a recipe, like a cook video for this, but we buy the frozen salmon pieces from Aldi. And so I had 2.5 of those big pieces of salmon, which was absolutely delicious. And then I also had a slice of cheddar cheese afterwards as well, like a 3/4 inch slice from a 500 gram block. And I didn't have anything else to eat after about 6:15. So I usually fast from my last meal, which is around about 6, 6:15, 6:30 until 12:30. So it's usually about 18 hours that I fast every day, pretty much without fail that I do that. And the only thing that I have in between is butter. So it's, you'd call that a fat fast. So far as what's working for me, I've actually dropped a lot of body fat. I'm not going to rip my shirt off right now to show you, but I have lost a significant amount of body fat, so I'm a lot leaner, and that's since I've stopped eating cream. But also once those sweet cravings went away, I think I've just rebalanced what I recognise as being satiated. Perhaps that there was some sort of insulin response to the cream or just to the amount of protein that I'm ingesting. I'm not really sure, but anyway, that's something that's good. So the sciatica is still there, so I can't really run. I can walk briskly, but I can't run, and that's been frustratingly persistent as well. And the chronic RSI, the pain in the forearms, comes and goes. It's still there if I work on the computer. I know that there's probably some things that I could do. Use a roller mouse, which I have done before, but it's not as efficient as when you use a trackpad. Sometimes I'll weigh up using tools that I can work faster with over ones that may not irritate that condition as much. So as far as some new stuff that I've got going on, I've created a locals.com community, and I'll put a link to that in the description. I'm playing around with this idea at the moment. As the community within YouTube grows, it's harder to keep up with all of the comments, and there are some people that may want to support what I'm doing here. That some people might want to get access to some more exclusive content. I'd like to be able to do the live streams not quite so often on YouTube, so I can do them more often for a community like that, and it can be a little bit more personalized with fewer people, and there's more sort of interaction that's available. People can mingle with others that are like-minded. Yeah, so that's something that I'm actually doing with a couple of other content creators as well, so I'd like to try that in my own channel. So if that's something that you're interested in participating in, there'll be a link to that in the description. And I might have, if you've seen any of my other videos, I've been coaching my friend Matt, diet, exercise and whatnot for almost 2 years now. So I'm now opening that up to the rest of the world instead of just keeping it to myself and Matt. So there's also a link to that. So if you need help with perhaps getting together an eating program or an exercise program or anything like that, and you're just starting out with carnivore and you need some help there, none of this is medical advice, of course, it's just coaching. There'll be a link to be able to book in something like that in the description as well. There goes the street cleaner. So I just thought I'd finish off with some ideas for people that might be just starting out with carnivore. So if you have literally just decided, yeah, I'm going to do this, I want the health benefits that are available, I want to lose weight, I want to sleep better, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, the first thing I would do is just do a clean out. Have a clean out of your cupboards and get rid of anything that's not in the program if it's a source of temptation for you. Like I've still got lollies in the cupboard behind me that the kids sometimes have, but it's not a problem for me anymore, so I know I'm not going to go in there and start eating that kind of food. But if it is a problem for you, then you may need to do a big clean out. If you've got a limited budget, you can just start off with relatively cheap cuts of meat. There's a lot of influencers talk about buying red meat and steaks, and that's might not be feasible for some people. Go with chicken, go with pork, go with eggs. All those three things alone are usually pretty cheap. And some cheese, if you can tolerate seasonings, it's going to help you transition a lot better. If you can do garlic and onion powder, they're two great additions, as well as salt that I use. And I've got loads of recipes already on this channel. So go and check out the shorts. I've tried to make it so that obviously shorts have to be no more than 60 seconds. I've made them so that they're easy to follow, they're easy recipes. They're all things that I eat all the time, not every day, but I would eat all of those recipes at least once a week. And some things like bacon and eggs, it's every day. Rissoles, it's every couple of days. So that should help you get started. And obviously if you're stuck anywhere, you've got any questions, just post a comment on one of the YouTube videos, and either someone in this community will answer you or I'll answer you. And yeah, just ask for help. Don't feel like you're in it all by yourself. and be prepared to feel a lot better really quickly, and then be prepared also that you might have some periods where you feel a bit off for a period of time. But I can tell you, as someone who's been doing this for now 75 days, I'm no longer ruled by food. It's for the first time in life, I don't feel like it's food controlling me. I feel like I'm controlling the food, and that is a very liberating feeling, I can tell you that. So that's it for today's episode of the Dishwashing Philosopher. Thank you all for your support. I've got some new cook videos. I've got boiled eggs. I've got some lamb choppy ones that are coming out soon. I'm doing a roast soon. Got more cook videos coming out, and I know you guys enjoy those, so I'll have those out for you in this week or towards the middle of next week. That's it. Love to you all. Peace out.